We've all been at those two different type of presentations. Somebody who can own the stage, somebody you're really paying attention to and you're listening, they have you intrigued. And then you have the person that you're not paying attention to, they don't have your attention, and they lose you within time. So you want to be able to know the difference between somebody who owns the stage and somebody who doesn't own the stage. And I think we all know the difference with that, okay? So the ways that you can own the stage when you are speaking and when you're presenting is to project your voice, okay? You see like how I'm doing it now, right? I could sit here and be like, hi, how you doing? Yeah, I'm Chandra Brooks, and this is what we're gonna do. Or I can speak like this, and I can project my voice and go up and down and elevate it and give you energy. I know I get energy from people that go live and people that I watch, and my coaches, when they come on, if they're feeding me low energy, it's gonna give me low energy. So you've gotta feed your audience high energy when you're on that stage, okay? And this is some tips and tools is what I'm gonna give you today on how to own that stage effectively. Because I think that we think maybe if we just speak loud and shout, then that's gonna get their attention, but it's not. You have to, it's very technical, it's strategic. You know, my coaches taught me how to really plan out my speaking. And, you know, if I don't have enough time to plan it out, it really gets me anxious. Although I can do it, I could freestyle, but I like to plan out and be very strategic in how I'm going to speak and what I'm going to do and how I'm going to transition on stage. So the first point that I want to give you is that when you are speaking on stage and you're telling a story, and you go back to the video that I did yesterday on crafting your story, is that when you're telling your story on stage, that you are pacing, you know, not in a crazy weird way like you on drugs and you're going back and forth on the stage, but as you're transitioning through the story. So if you're telling a story, it's like, you know, with my story, it's like, imagine, you know, walking home from high school, 17 and pregnant, and you're about to go into your mom and dad's house to tell them the news. Okay, that's stop, transition, turn over to the next, walking towards the other side of the stage. That's a transition. So you transition as your story goes, you transition from one place of the stage to the next place of the stage. And it's even if you have a podium, that doesn't mean you have to stand behind the podium unless the microphone is stuck on the podium. So never, you know, you might need to warm up before you get confident enough to get away from the podium. I always like to get away from the podium if I'm confident enough in my message. Okay, so that transition from one point of the story to the next point of the story. Excuse me. Eye contact, okay? Eye contact with your audience. Are you looking at them? And when you're speaking, are you speaking directly to them? And you're projecting in and you're looking at people specifically and you're engaging, you're bringing people into you. Are you doing that? So making sure that you're looking, you're not just focused on one person. Some people tell you focus on one person and that's it. Don't ever do that because you look weird. Don't do that. I remember, and this is a political candidate, and we were doing endorsements and we were listening to her speak. Somebody told her, look down at the table and that's it. Look straight ahead and give your speech. And that's what she was doing. And I didn't endorse her because of that. And I was like, who taught you that? Who's coaching you to do that? Don't look at one person. Don't look at one image. You have to, if you want to become a great speaker and engage people, people are going to notice that. So don't do that, okay? Don't listen to those people that tell you to do that. Engage the audience, like I said, reel them in with your eye contact. Exude your voice up and down. I already went over that, right? Okay, so utilizing all these tools with the tools that I taught you yesterday, please go back and watch the video. I really want you guys to understand that this is, I mean, it's not just about getting rid of butterflies and going up there and talking. You really want to be powerful. So if you really want to have power on the stage, you have to bring your A game every time, because you never know who's going to be there. You never know who's going to be watching you. You never know